Hawaii's a lovely place.
Yes.
You've been to Hawaii.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's where Doc is tonight. Honking a conch.
Honking a conch.
Before we continue, I had a letter I received the other day. I guess the young man's in the audience. His name is Larry Boyle. We haven't met. Are you in the audience, Larry?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, strong voice. He says, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Larry Boyle. He's an aspiring actor. About a year and a half ago, I noticed an article in the Los Angeles Times about a cleanup campaign taking place in Hollywood. And they were looking for people to adopt a star on the Walk of Fame. I assume most of you know what that is. They have a lot of stars, I guess, Hollywood Boulevard and Vine Street, with various celebrities from motion pictures, television, etc. I thought to myself, self? No, he doesn't have that. What an interesting idea, and if I were to adopt a star, who would it be? He says he wanted to adopt my star. It's very nice. He says, I called the office of the Hollywood Cleanup and Restoration Council to see if your star was available, and was informed that, and I don't, it's kind of nice. Johnny Carson had 18 people that wanted his star.
Oh.
Oh, and a drawing would be held to see who would get it. Well, I won it. And for the past year and a half, I have been polishing your star each month. That's nice.
I've been doing that for 26 years.
Yeah. That's why you're living in a big house. He says, at least once a month and sometimes more often when needed. Anyways, this was in the audience tonight. That's kind of nice.
Very nice.
Do you really polish it, Larry? Where is Larry?
Right here.
Come on down for a second. We got a minute or so. I've never heard that. This is Larry Boyle. Hello, Larry.
How you doing?
How are you? This is Mr. McMahon.
Good to see you.
What's going on? How are you? You
Good.
look a little bit somebody, and I don't know who it is. Larry Boyle, I guess.
Yes.
That's you.
That's me.
How's the acting work going?
It's going great.
Are you really?
I'm training now, and I'm doing shows.
Are you
improv
really
shows.
do this now, or are you putting me on?
Yes, right in front of the Hollywood Palace.
That's what somebody said. I've never seen it, but it's on Vine Street, I guess.
Yes.
Now, you go there a particular time of day?
The first Saturday of each month.
Yeah?
Yeah, we have a meeting at the Restoration Council office.
Yeah?
Everybody
you go out
comes
and
down.
polish it, Star?
Oh, yeah.
What do you use on it?
Well, you start out with water.
Yeah?
And then clean it with some ammonia.
Yeah.
And then finish up with Brasso.
Isn't that nice? How's it looking?
Looks great.
Yeah. Once a month usually does that?
Yes.
Well, that's very nice. You don't get paid for this. This is just like a civic...
No, it's just to get Hollywood back to the original glamour, help clean up and...
That would be nice. It needs a little work down there. Well, you said you'd like to have a picture, and so I made one out for you this afternoon.
Great.
It says to Larry, my star polisher.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Larry. Good luck.
That's very nice.
That's nice. A nice young man. Well, these people do that because they want to kind of get the community together and make Hollywood at least give a little bit of glamour. Okay, but you know, we're still in what we call in television the ratings weeks, or sweeps. This is when all the ratings are taken of all the television shows, local and national. You've probably noticed even the news shows are not above engaging a little bit of, what would you call it?
Titillation.
Titillation, controversy. The stories they put on sweep weeks are like police raiding massage parlors, the new fashions in lingerie. Happens to be very newsworthy. Well, what bugs me, I don't know about you, have you ever noticed during the night that the newscasters come in and kind of tease the story that's coming up on the 11 o'clock news? And they hook you.
Yeah.
It's usually the guy sitting in the news with his ties off, his coat's off.
Yeah, he's working.
He's working, though.
Yeah.
He says, coming up at 11, and they give you a little bit of information.
Yeah.
I remember seeing once, a year ago, it says, famous Hollywood star, Oscar award winner, dies. Details at 11. Now you go crazy.
Yeah.
You think of all the people who've, and you think maybe it's somebody quite young. It turned out to be Donald Crisp. Donald Crisp at the time, I think, was 85 years old.
Yeah.
He'd won an Oscar, I think, for How Green Was My Valley. But that was the urgent...
Yeah, pressing news.
Yeah, pressing news. So what we did, we put together some typical headlines. The headlines are invariably a lot more provocative than the actual news story. For example, I'll give you what they say about 9 o'clock on the 9 o'clock break for the 11 o'clock news.
Right.
Then you'll find out what the story is. Japanese take over American naval vessel. Film at 11. Would you tune in for that?
Sure.
What really happened was 400 Japanese Panasonic salesmen boarded the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland. That was the story. Princess Di expecting triplets. This story and more at 11. That grabbed you, wouldn't it? What they didn't say was the triplets she was expecting were 3 London meter maids who had a date with Prince Andrew. Now, how would you like to hear this at the 9 o'clock news break? President Reagan gets rid of Bush. News special. You're ahead of me. Yeah. You're right. He was clearing some brush in Santa Barbara. Accidentally chopped down Nancy's favorite ficus plant. See, that's not fair. Los Angeles man reveals how he lost 25 pounds in just 5 hours. Further report at 11. Lost his luggage on a flight to New York.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yes, it is terrible.
Yeah.
That was terrible. Police discover huge cache of drugs in Hollywood. Highlights at 11. What they didn't say, a truck loaded with Maalox overturned on the San Diego freeway. Gold discovered in Beverly Hills. Stay tuned for details at 11. Well, what happened? A busboy at Chasen's crawled under the table, retrieved one of Elizabeth Taylor's earrings. A gold earring. Try another one of these. See if this would grab you. American pilot shot down over the Pacific. Details coming up.
Oh.
Well, what happened? It was on the 9 a.m. flight to Hawaii. A Pan Am pilot got his face slapped when he tried to grab a stewardess's buns. And he was shot down over the Pacific. Famous singer. What's wrong? What causes that?
I don't know.
Famous singer implicated in the slaughter of more than 500. Well, now, come on. The 500 slaughter were hogs, and the famous singer was Jimmy Dean. Sausages.
Sausage.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Really?
You know, that happens every single day in the newsroom. I guess you could probably do that maybe once a week or certainly once a month, every time your star is polished. No.
Up scope. Down scope.
Goodbye bit.
Goodbye bit. Good idea. Good idea.
Yes.
And well done.
Yes.
Yes. It's well done. It wasn't the guy's fault. He just is not the night for it. Some night that goes, some nights it doesn't.
Film at 11.
And now a word from Anderson. The country's leading manufacturer, Anderson, leading manufacturer of high-quality wood.